extraordinarily high riser. Before we get going, again, just extraordinarily proud of the staff and the players. It's another week in the ACC Coastal. Had a feeling, really had a lot of respect for Pitt's defense. I think they showed that today. They are really good on defense. They are hard to move the ball against. It's a game where you have to make tough blocks, tough throws, and tough catches. We struggled that for a large part of the game, but because of, again, very similar to the Virginia game, because of outstanding red zone defense, keeping the score down, keeping Pitt out of our end zone, ultimately gave us a chance to put one drive together at the end of the game for the win, which, again, now that is 3 straight games that our offense has had success moving the ball down the field in the fourth quarter in game-winning time. It was great to see us rewarded in that. It's a league of very fine margins, and again, today we were the team that made the plays in the critical situations, and like I said, to that, I couldn't be more proud. So with that, open up for questions.
Manny, talk about the decision to go to Jaren. Was that you? Was that Dan together? And what was the reason for it?
It was us together, and there was no reason other than the fact that we really felt like we needed a spark. Obviously, we knew at that point we were going to have to throw the football to have a chance to win this game. I don't think it was necessarily anything specific that Nkosi wasn't doing, but we were just stuck in the mud, throughout the entire third quarter, and so it was just time to just give Jaren a shot and see if he could get some spark and get something going.
So Nkosi was fine. I heard on the radio he went to the medical tent, but Nkosi was fine.
No, he was fine. What I explained is what the deal was.
Man, is there a change in quarterbacks now? I think ESPN might have said during the broadcast that Perry was the new starter, kind of for good. Is that?
No, I mean, again, the week that we had, as I said all along, Jaren was going to be our starter, but there's still a standard in terms of preparation that has to be met, and that's where, we sort of hitched our wagon to the way we compete and the way we prepare on Green Tree practice field, and just the week that we had, without getting into specifics, because he had a much better week, and that has to count for something. And that's why we went for the decision to go with Nkosi. And as for what this means tomorrow and the next day, I'll do that tomorrow.
As far as I think they also said Jaren missed Wednesday's practice. Is that true, or?
On the internal stuff like that, I don't get into. That's not something I talk about.
Okay.
Coach D, let's talk about Harris, having him coming in, your running back,
Yes,
with Dallas out for, whatever injury he got, what's it like having him, running the football?
Well, we always felt like we had 2 really talented running backs. It's tough sledding against that defense, obviously, to run the football. That's the way that they're built, the way that they're designed. What I love about Cam's running today is that there were no lost yardage plays. So again, 60 yards on 16 carries doesn't seem amazing, but 3.8 against what they were averaging giving up prior to this game is actually a win. That's better than what they were allowing. But I thought the way he stuck his head down and ran north and south, and obviously had a big run on that last drive, which was vital.
And to have the defense come back and force 3 turnovers in the first half, especially DJ Ivan, who struggled last game, get 2 interceptions. What did that mean?
Yeah, number one, great for DJ, but great for everybody on the defense. We felt like we'd obviously been in a little bit of a barren patch with turnovers, but we also know that those things tend to come if you stay after it, stay resilient. I thought we did a good job in the first half of eliminating the run and harassing the quarterback into making mistakes. They came back in the second half with some different offense that things that we had not seen, and coming in with the second half, we're trying to get it fixed on the sideline with some extra offensive linemen and just doing some other things to create some extra gaps. So credit to them for that. But again, credit to our guys that even if they drove the ball down the field, including get the ball to the 1-yard line, that we still refused to let them in our end zone, which gave us a chance to win.
Man, you talk about the decision to go with Camden Price and kicker, I guess, and then also you guys got to the 25 and could have had to kick the field goal, but I guess didn't. What were you sort of comfortable with Camden?
Yeah, that would have been 42. That was right on the edge, and we thought that the 4th down was very makeable at that point. So that was the decision with that. And then in terms of Camden, since he's come back and rejoined us, I just think he's been getting back into the swing of things. He does have a very talented leg. Even if you see the way that the ball came off and foot, where it's hitting on the net, shows that he's got some pop in his leg. And as we did, we charted everything throughout the course of the week and even through pregame, and Camden was the guy.
Your thoughts on how Zach McLeod played, and
Yeah.
will this be his last game of the season?
Well, assuming that we don't need him, I would say yes. But I mean, man, what a guy to come in, and what a day. I mean, for what he means to our football team to make a play like the one he tips the ball that DJ in turn intercepts it. What an awesome asset Zach McLeod is to our program. So again, if we can sort of get him back on the shelf and have him as be a centerpiece of our team next year, that's something where everybody wins.
Manny, Greg Rousseau, 3 sacks today, and it felt like you guys needed all 3 of those big plays. that he made.
Yeah. Pickett's a hard guy to get down. You know, again, we keep facing these quarterbacks that are hard to sack, and we got him on the ground 4 times, but and a lot of, you know, he hurt us with him scramble yards. He had 44 yards scrambling. We've always known that about him. He's always been really good about that. So for Greg, these are not his sacks. If I recall, all 3 of them, they were not like just, you know, whip your guy, go sack the quarterback. This is Pickett is on the run, and Rousseau walks him down and sometimes just drags him down. So that shows how hard he plays. It shows the skill that he has and the way he's developing as a player.
And then how's the Tate doing? You had medical leave of absence.
Yeah.
How's he doing?
Tate's doing well, and we hope to have him back with us soon. We'll let you guys know.
Hey, Manny, I know you don't want to talk specifics, but you guys have had so much going on. You know, Hightower leaving, the quarterback situation, the kicking situation, just a lot of turmoil. How much does a win, you know, just help this team psychologically, mentally, whatever you want to call it?
It's the best medicine there is. There's no doubt about it. But what's also happening is that the team is coming together. You know, I mentioned that this, you know, some of the things that we've gone through, you know, not just things you mentioned, but some of the adversity we've had in the games, you know, it tests your mettle. You know, if you say you're going to come in year 1, hey, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, do that, and then you go through some of the things that this team has gone through, you know, you have 2 choices. You know, is to surrender or to come closer together. And to be very honest, we had some, this week something happened. And I'm not saying this fixes everything and whatever, that's oversimplistic, but the guys came together this week when they had the opportunity to scatter. A lot of that goes to our leadership. I think them stepping up and recognizing their role, of the importance of the Miami Hurricanes have always, this whole program has been predicated on when Miami is Miami, it's player-led accountability. That's just the way that it is. And we know that because all the former players, this is not my idea. This program is not my idea. This program is simply preached by what the former players have come and talked to us about, the former coaches come and talk to us about, which is the way that we compete in player-to-player accountability. And I saw for the first time this year, this week, that start to increase, which is encouraging. Now, again, like I said, we don't pretend that all of our issues are solved. This came down to 1 play, as we know that we've lost games that have come down to 1 play. But the guys are starting to see the difference of how that bringing us closer together makes us harder to beat.
We'll do 2 more questions for Coach.
Yes.
Coaches, is it good for them having a win now, knowing you gotta face the team Tallahassee next week on a good positive note going into practice this week, saying that you could probably do what you could do here, like in Tallahassee?
Yeah, we would certainly prefer to win. There's no doubt. And obviously we didn't play on the road in a long time. And we had the same scenario. We had a 4th and long that we stopped today to secure the victory that we did not stop at Chapel Hill. But I would say this, it's Miami, Florida State. And I don't know what they're doing today, but I know that when the Noles and the Canes get together, it's a big-time rivalry. It's a big-time game. It's a game I know they'll get their guys excited to play. I know our guys will be excited to play. So, but it certainly feels good to finally see a win reward our guys' hard work.
How close was DJ to playing today, or did you guys kind of know there was no chance? Did he come close at all?
No, I mean we brought him because he's really improving, and also he's such a great guy to have around on the team. But I think we probably knew in the last 24 hours that he wouldn't play today.
Thank you, everybody.